We're live.
Hey, welcome to Strange Tales Weekly. I am the circle in the right-hand corner at the top of the screen. Eric, welcoming you to this week. This week we're gonna be watching videos about the Newport Tower in Rhode Island and the Bloop. We should have timed it so that everybody could say there it is when I said
that. Yeah. I like these pulsating circles that are above our heads here.
That's our crown chakra.
I'm just a circle today.
Yeah.
I've been called worse.
Yeah.
So it's yes.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say we had a lot of great videos this month or these past couple weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Eric, you want to tell us a little bit about your video?
Yeah.
In the process, maybe?
Yeah. So I've been traveling a lot for my job, and it just so happened that I ended up being about 40 minutes away from the Newport Tower in Rhode Island for my job about a month and a half ago. And it was years ago. It was actually a Scott Walter, his documentary about the Knights Templar in America. I think that might be the first time I heard about the Newport Tower. Might have heard about it before then, but it's we'll watch the video, but it's pre-Columbian stone structure in Rhode Island on a shore by the ocean. And ever since I saw it, I wrote a whole comic series about Knights Templar coming to America, and it tied in a bunch of Indian legends and stuff, and it kicks off at the Newport Tower. So to go there and see it in person was really cool. And I had a buddy with me that he's filming with me, and so he had a drone with us. So we were able to fly a drone around it and get some footage and I was like, I can't do this and not make a Strange Tale out of it because
that's cool. Yeah, I should see if I can get Scott on the show because I've been doing some graphics for him and Haley lately.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to
probably get on and talk about it for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Love to talk to him.
I've been wanting to get out to Minnesota just to see that Kensington runestone and stuff. I was way into that, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. And it's always been kind of something I've been looking at on the side. So yeah, I dig that.
Awesome.
You want
You guys ready?
Yeah, you want to play it?
Here we go.
In Newport, Rhode Island stands a mysterious pre-Columbian man-made structure. While it is well known that Columbus was far from the first person to visit the North American continent, the structures do not appear to be like anything seen in the native cultures on this native land. There is no shortage of theories regarding the tower, from it being a Portuguese beacon to guide Columbus's ships to the New World, a Masonic temple, an ancient sundial, even a landing place for aliens. Today we're looking at 3 theories of the Newport Tower. China's discovery of America. In 2002, author Gavin Menzies published the book 1421, The Year China Discovered America, with publisher Transworld. In the book, Menzies posits that early 14th century Chinese maps show the North American continent, as well as containing navigation charts showing routes to the Americas. There's also been Chinese coins and pottery found in America. Menzies also uses the Newport Tower in his list of evidence of this exploration, linking the tower's design to similarly built Chinese towers and the materials in the tower not being available in the Americas at the time. The Knights Templar in America. There are many artifacts and even more theories linking the Knights Templar to the discovery of America. Researchers for years have written countless papers about the possibility, or maybe even probability, of a secret order of surviving Knights Templar journeying to the Americas following the disbanding of the order. One account has Scottish Prince Henry Sinclair, whose father was known to be a friend of the Grand Master of the Templar, leading an expedition which led a group to Nova Scotia, hiding the lost treasure of the Templar in what has come to be known as the Money Pit on Oak Island. This theory claims that the tower was built to lay claim to the Americas and was built in the same manner as other Templar architecture, such as the Round Tower and Limerick Island. Native American Astronomical Observatory. Sometimes the correct theories are the most obvious and likely theories. We'll likely never know, but this theory is a simple one. It's a structure on Native American land used by a well-educated and wise Native American population. Native Americans, as well as many ancient cultures around the world, used astrology prolifically. While ceremonies and healing were linked to celestial bodies, deities, and the spiritual world, the natives also used the stars to determine when the best time to plant and harvest crops was, as well as for navigational purposes. This theory points out that the structure was in fact built using materials available to the Native Americans at that time, and in fact did share many features with other existing native structures. Parts of the tower are built to align with the summer solstice and could easily be used to track the locations of the sun, the moon, and the stars. At times, our inability to explain how an ancient culture did something causes us to look for help for them outside of themselves. As much as I personally love the theories associated with the Templar or other early explorers, I'm content with the likelihood that it was locally built on this native land by local natives. But what do you think? Leave a comment wherever you're watching this, and be sure to like, subscribe, and stay strange.
Awesome.
All right, good job.
Well done.
Thank you.
I
Those
love.
drone shots are beautiful.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really love the drone shots. Eric's really kicking up the footage a notch.
Yeah.
No, it's been fun. This one really, when I started looking into it, I personally had never considered that Native Americans could have built that. Like, it's absolutely possible, but it did make me think about. It always kind of bothers me when like we say the Egyptians couldn't have built the pyramids and all these things like that. Like these people, just because they were, this stuff was built 2,000 years ago, doesn't mean the people around weren't capable of more than we think. Like I love a good theory about aliens building the pyramids or anything like that. Like, and maybe there's truth to it, and there definitely is like inscriptions and stuff that are questionable, but sometimes I think that it is possible that a civilization before us could have actually been able to do something that we don't see them being capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to look up the origin of it, like when it was discovered. Was there anything like, how like the pyramids were buried under sand and sediment and Göbekli Tepe had to be dug out? Was it like erect when people found it, or was it like?
It was. I think if I recall, it was on the. It was actually on land owned by, Benedict Arnold's father. Like, if I remember correctly, and it's just kind of been there as long as anybody has known, from what I've read. There are people that say that that it's only from like the 1800s. There's actually I didn't get to go to it because I was pressed for time, but across the street from it there's a small museum, the Newport Tower Museum. I really wish I could have gotten in there, but we had to like rush there and then rush off to another video shoot, so that was not in the cards.
Well, I don't know if you saw the comments yet. Your video's been getting a lot of views and comments. Some people challenging the native theory, saying that the arches are clear examples of Roman arches. Also, the one guy is saying, I don't think this is true, but saying that Native Americans didn't build in stone, nor did they make mortar. I know they built in stone sometimes.
Right. I mean, the picture that I showed when I mentioned that in the video was a Native American structure. So that's not necessarily true. But yeah.
Another theory is colonial windmill theory.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have heard that.
AI says this is the most widely accepted theory. So
Mr. AI.
yeah. It says this is the most widely accepted theory, suggesting that the Newport Tower was constructed in the late 17th century as a windmill by European settlers, possibly by Governor Benedict Arnold.
There you go.
So,
Interesting.
there's Norse theories.
There's a lot of like inconsistencies with like the dating of the material, carbon dating, and all that stuff. It doesn't seem like there's any clear consensus on what period this could have been built in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool looking though.
It is cool looking.
I also love the guy called me willfully ignorant.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
Well, some lively comments there.
Yeah, that's very strong feelings.
Oh man, sometimes I don't read the comments because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to read it.
I've been called worse.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of theories out there. Who knows?
There are. I stopped at 3, but I could have gone on and on. There's theories about aliens building it. Like what?
Oh, maybe they did. Maybe the aliens need a windmill.
It's hard to argue aliens. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it was ancient Satanists. That's a ritual circle.
Right.
So, I don't know.
But there are a lot of I believe there's a number of like evidence of Viking settlements along the coasts and stuff too, especially going up into Nova Scotia. So like that's another one that could be very likely.
I'm into the Viking theory.
Yeah.
Wait.
But what do you think, Eric, after like being there?
I mean, I just think it's really fucking cool. It's really the grounds there are beautiful. The tower itself is a cool looking tower. Like, it's kind of a shame that it's. I mean, I get why, but it's got like a fence around it that you can see, and it's a nice fence. But it'd be kind of cool to like walk up in it and look around. But it would probably also be vandalized and such.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna ask if you poked it or anything.
No. But yeah, I don't know. The yeah, I couldn't really venture a guess as to who built it. I just think that it's not unlikely that it was Native Americans, whether I'm being willfully ignorant or not.
Yeah, this Muck Julius, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, says, hope you built adobes all over the Southwest.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my homie Monk. Corey, what's up, buddy? He always comes out to the bookstore.
Oh, awesome.
It's my longtime friend.
I gotta get out there again. It's been a while.
One day I'll head over that way and check out the bookstore.
Should.
What about a Strange Tales live on site?
There
That'd
you
be
go.
awesome.
Yeah.
The internet is very poor there, though. So
Yeah.
It sucks there? Oh no.
yeah.
That's not a shock if you've been to Kempton.
Yeah.
No offense to Kempton. Much love.
I have a question for you, Eric. From Sylvain? He says, "How was the ambiance at the site?"
It was very chill. Like there's some families walking through. It's a beautiful park right there. It's like anywhere else like that's old. There's like really narrow roads and stuff. There's a beautiful beach not too far from there that stinks of sewage.
Oh, lovely.
But
Did you go there?
no, I drove by there last times trying to figure out how the hell to get away from there. But no, it was it's a very, very chill and calming right there, I would say.
Interesting. So, do we want to talk about the next video?
Bloop.
You ready to bloop or what?
Should we just bloop it?
Bloop it up.
Here we go.
Imagine this. Humans have yet to explore more than 80% of our oceans. That's why when an extraordinarily powerful sound was captured from the depths of the Pacific and scientists couldn't explain it, people's imaginations ran wild. They named this anomalous sound the bloop. It was the summer of 1997 when the bloop shook the world. The sound was loud enough to be detected by multiple underwater sensors stretching across 3,000 miles of Pacific Ocean, catching the attention of the NOAA. It grabbed headlines as one of the loudest underwater sounds ever recorded. Although scientists didn't readily have an explanation, many of them agreed that the spectrogram did share characteristics to a marine animal. Except no ocean creature known to man could generate a sound of that magnitude. That's when the fun theories began. Anything and everything was entertained, from dinosaurs to mythical sea monsters and even megalodons. However, in the 2000s, the NOAA circled back with an explanation: the breaking of a very large iceberg. The reports were widely accepted among the scientific community and really hasn't been challenged since. However, the era of TikTok resurrected an interest in the bloop, with digital artists and animators rendering their depictions of ocean beasts. So what side do you stand on? Science or the unknown? Why don't you hit that notification bell and tell us what you think, or send us a drawing. We love fan art. As always, stay strange, folks.
Man, I hope somebody sends a drawing. That'd be awesome.
I know this new drawing and fan art thing. I'm into it, guys.
Yeah.
Send us art.
Well, I got to give all the credit to my 10-year-old son. It was his idea. I was pretty much done with topics, at least in my mind, and he's been taking an interest to the strange tales, and he's kind of like, he's scared to get scared, but wants to get scared at the same time, and so he's always asking me questions, and somehow he stumbled. I'm a bad parent. He stumbled upon YouTube and was looking at these videos of the bloop and things like that. And he kept bringing it up, and I go, the bloop. I'm like, oh, I know what the bloop is. I was like, that's old school stuff, So he's like, do a video on it. Do a video on it. I go, okay, fine. For you, I'll do a video. So actually, that picture, that hand drawn colored picture, was his.
Oh, nice.
There.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So. It was. I do remember back in the day when they talked about that sound file, and I don't know if you remember this. They did like a spin-off mockumentary about like mermaids, and they tied in. Yeah.
I remember the mermaid thing.
Yeah, it was actually pretty well done, mockumentary. I watched the whole thing. I don't know. And they actually tied in the bloop, and they tied in how these strange sounds are being detected, and we don't know anything about the ocean and things like that. So it kind of stirred up some old memories of that audio file. But I thought it was interesting enough to explore for Strange Tales. I mean, I'm genuinely interested in deep oceans and the mystery and the intrigue of what could be down there. Tie that in with these USO
I love USO
sightings. I mean, it's like, I don't know, if I was an extraterrestrial and I was like, I wanted to go someplace where I know no human being could physically get to, you got to go down in the bottom of the ocean because the pressure is so great and they can't reach it. So if they're using anti-gravity, then the pressure really shouldn't matter to them. So I think that's interesting that people see these sightings of things going down there. So who knows? I mean, there could be a whole network of unknown things in all these areas of ocean that we haven't explored. The sound that was detected, was, you couldn't ignore it. It definitely wasn't a fluke. I thought it was interesting that they, some prominent people thought that it bared characteristics to a marine animal, and that was pretty widely accepted for a while, which is when all these theories sort of ran wild. I thought it was odd that decades go by and there's really nothing, and then all of a sudden they they say something that it was a large iceberg breaking up. I would have thought that would have been sort of ruled out at the beginning, when they're looking at. I mean, iceberg breaking is not something new. That's so it should have been something that maybe was theorized back then. And it's just odd that it was just sort of thrown out there, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that explains it." So there's really, I don't know if there's a lot of resources and funds and stuff to really explore that stuff, and maybe that's why it's mostly kept quiet. But I still think it could be something strange. You never know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't they already have like a sound of an iceberg breaking apart somewhere?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and you would think it'd be a very different sound wave too. So, yeah,
maybe it was like a secret military something going on, and they had to cover it up.
Right.
Yeah. Could have been that too.
Yeah.
I always find USOs pretty fascinating, though. Like, they don't even have to be like extraterrestrial. They could just be otherly terrestrial. Like, we don't know what's down there. So much of it. Yeah, just terrestrial, I guess.
What do they call it? Wait, hold on. It's transmedium. Is that what they call them now? Transmedium. They can go from air to water.
Okay.
It's like those duck boats.
Yeah, which are incredibly unsafe. Don't go on a duck boat.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange creatures. I mean, you look at something like the octopus. Scientists have been putting that out in the science these days of how unusual it is, and very alien-like.
Right.
Those like gigantic squid.
Ooh, those are creepy.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Somebody needs to make some music with the bloop.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah, you didn't have a music video in this one. It's a little disappointing.
I know. I was kind of hoping, and then I was like, oh, it never happened. Never happened this time.
All right. Well, ask your 10-year-old if she's got any more topic ideas. That was a good one.
Yeah, I've already got a short list of season 3 ideas. So yeah, I'm stashing away some good ones.
Awesome.
I gotta get on that.
As do I. I mean, we know I haven't done a video yet this season, but I will. I promise. I promise.
Mike's picking up your slack.
Yeah.
I know. Mike's like pumping him out, and I'm over here going, I gotta do one. Come on, inspiration.
And we're not too bad for getting our feet wet after 3-4 years.
3-4 years off.
Making Corey hungry here. So
But
Chuck's talking about aliens can survive deep space so they can survive the ocean. Yeah.
Chuck,
Could be.
Yep.
I believe it. I believe that there could be some sort of underground, maybe underwater civilization, maybe even that we don't know about.
Yeah, for sure. Inner Earth somehow.
Yeah.
Some entrance down there or something.
I'm into it. I've heard, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I've heard of some stories where people have seen craft go into lakes. So maybe there's some sort of entryway there.
I think Lake Titicaca is big for that.
Are we allowed to say that on YouTube?
What's that?
Are we allowed to say that on YouTube?
The UFOs, the UFOs just go right in there in the water. There's a lot of UFO sightings there, I guess.
Which is weird, right? When you think about it, because when you think about like the ocean, you're like, yeah, sure, they could probably, maybe there's something underneath there, but under a lake, it's like a contained body of water.
Yeah, maybe like some kind of entrance or something down there.
Also,
there's something. Don't quote me on this, but I think there's something about like the seahorses. They find like seahorses in that lake, and it's like so much higher than the sea level. They can't explain like how this type of animal got in there. So it's unusual.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then that makes me wonder, like, because in talking about lakes, then it like how did the if the Loch Ness monster is real, how did he get? Is he stuck there? Did he come through a underwater like entryway? Is he from somewhere else?
Well, as often as they run like sonar and stuff through Loch Ness and they come up empty, is there something there too?
Yeah. Who knows?
Eric's next strange tale. He's going to Loch Ness to find out.
I would do it. Loch Ness Monster was like my first like cryptid love.
Aw.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, I remember that, seeing that as a kid, being fascinated.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep. Unsolved Mysteries, and then I ended up in the library like reading anything I could about it.
Oh, back in the day. Pre-internet days.
Yeah, I missed Robert Stack. The new Unsolved Mysteries just wasn't the same.
It is good though, still.
Yeah.
I
But
think I caught a couple of the new ones, but I can't recall.
there's a few that are really great. I haven't watched the newest season yet though, which is
Is it
like
on
a year old
Netflix?
now. Yeah.
I gotta catch up on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, Strange Tales Weekly live at the bookstore, huh?
Yeah.
Live? Well, yeah.
Robert Stack had great eyebrows. Corey says.
Yeah, if the internet connection is too slow, we could always do like a recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the books as the background. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do that for sure.
We could run a cable out of Joe's house and down the block.
See?
Yeah.
Look, see? Do it at the bookstore. We're already getting votes.
We got to get that like Starlink internet or whatever.
Oh, yeah, one of those Starlinks should do it.
Yeah. Actually, we could upgrade our internet here. Mine's not too bad, but the bookstores we got to upgrade.
Yeah, your internet seems good. You like never drop off or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we're moving on up. Our small little town.
Yeah, I'd like to go to that bookstore one day and check it out. See, even Sylvia's like,
well, now you have to get out here so we can do our live show.
I know that, Eric. I'm trying to make money so I can come out there.
Well, if you're trying to make money for something, don't make it to come to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's better things you could spend it on.
Yeah. I love the Chicagoland area, but I mean,
I've never been there. So, I mean, how many years has it been? I keep saying I'm going to go out there. 4, 5.
Yeah.
you got a couch to crash on if you need.
Probably will need. I could hitchhike cross country,
Yeah.
That sounds safe.
right?
You get to sneak in through my into my luggage when I'm in San Diego next month.
Yeah, because Eric's coming here, so I'll just hide in his luggage and then I'll be there. See, boom.
Boom.
Simple.
There you go. San Diego's nice. I like it there.
I've never been.
I rode some scooters around, rented some scooters, rode around downtown. That was fun.
Nice.
Did you find anything strange in San Diego?
No, I was there for some like marketing convention. So I just had a couple beers and rode scooters around.
Sounds like fun, though.
Yeah.
Were you by the convention center then?
I'm not sure which one it was, but somewhere down there. I think it was in a hotel actually. I don't remember. It's a little fuzzy.
Too long ago.
Yeah.
I wonder if mine's at that convention center. I forgot about it. I don't even know. I haven't looked at where mine's actually at.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's a cool little city. Some
I
cool
haven't been
art
down there.
all around.
Not been down there in ages.
Yeah.
We got Ryan Haywood. Hi, Ryan Haywood. Hey.
That's my buddy from high school.
Oh, awesome. See, oh, how
Nice.
fun. We got support in the house to everybody hanging out tonight, having fun with us. What do we have coming up? Do we know?
Do we know?
I'm still working on my mythical creatures of the Philippines. I have this like we interviewed 2 Filipinas from my fiance's family about their thoughts on these creatures, mythical creatures, like folklore creatures. And so she had to translate it for me. And then I had to like sync up I'm like syncing up the subtitles to what they're saying. And it's kind of difficult because, well, I have no idea what they're saying. And then I got to go back and forth. And it's like, did it end here or did it end here, you know? And it's hard to trim it down too, because I don't know exactly what word. I know where the line of the subtitle lines up generally with what they're saying, but I don't know exactly, you know, where it cuts off. So it's kind of hard to like edit it down. So it's taken a while, but I'm making a lot of AI art with it because there's not much out there. So it takes a little while. But it's about the Aswang is one class of folklore creatures. They look like normal people by day, and then by night they like shapeshift into like these monsters or ghouls and there's like different ways you can like tell that they're an Aswang. And then there's the Manananggal, which is like this bat creature. And then there's the Tik-Tik, which is like a giant bird creature in the jungle that you like hear off in the distance. And it's like a warning sign, or like, yeah, they go after certain things, which I'll reveal in the videos.
Looking forward to that one. It sounds like a lot of work, but it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's fun. I made like this pretty like cool cinematic like intro with this popular Filipino song, but then I decided it was like too happy, so I had to like switch something more spooky. So it's been a process.
That's cool.
Yeah, Corey, I'm leaving in a couple weeks. We got to get together, hang out.
Which also means we have to get another Strange Tale live scheduled before Joe goes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Be pretty swamped up until then. I'm working like several jobs and several side projects, trying to save up money for it.
Feel you.
I'm working on a Strange Tale. It's kind of a prequel to the MK Ultra experiments right now.
Ooh, I dig.
Corey just brought up we should do something about free energy suppression, and I was working on one. I started working on one about John Hutchinson, the Hutchinson effect. Is it John Hutchinson? I think it's John Hutchinson. But he was just he's a Canadian inventor who is experimenting with radio frequencies, and then like suddenly stuff started to levitate supposedly, and stuff started to like meld together, like pieces of metal and stuff. They just like fused somehow, and he uses like these really high frequency radio waves, and just weird stuff starts happening. He doesn't know how or why, but it just weird stuff happens. And actually, it's 9/11, and that brings up the Tesla technology theory of the towers. What's her name? Judy Wood. She wrote a book called "Where Did the Towers Go?" and she talks about Hutchinson in there and the Hutchinson effect. She thinks some kind of advanced technology using the same stuff that Hutchinson discovered brought the towers down, due to the fact that most of the material just disappeared. The pile of rubble was only like 20% of the mass of everything in there. And so everything turned to dust and everything just went up into the atmosphere. And she thinks it's some kind of technology that can actually like move the particles, at an atomic level, somehow causes it all to dissipate. And it's an interesting tie-in. 9/11 today. So I don't know. And the fusing of metal. There's a lot of pictures from Ground Zero where they have those big beams, and some of them are bent like a horseshoe, like against its axis. It's just like a very unnatural bend, and with like these giant steel beams. And there's one piece called the meteorite, which is just like this giant fused ball of metal. And yeah, so maybe something like the Hutchinson effect did happen there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So maybe we'll talk about John Hutchinson.
Well, if anybody's
Stanley
interested-
Meyer, Corey brought up. That was the water guy, I believe, right? The guy who had his car running on water.
Oh, the water, yeah.
No.
That then was poisoned in the restaurant, met with some people, and then started screaming, "They poisoned me," and he's choking and died.
Wow.
Yeah.
They don't like it if you come up with free energy stuff. They try to
Yeah.
take you out.
Well, it's not only because of their power structure is backed by oil, but also, I mean, you got to think of like how it would upend everything that we know. Like, I mean, there's going to be so many people out of jobs, you know, so many industries. It's like, what are people going to do? I mean, what are people going to do with free energy? Even, I mean, we're not spiritually responsible enough, mature enough to even handle it. I mean, gangsters would be figuring out how to kill people with it like instantly.
Yeah.
So who knows? But you know, the UFO thing is coming out now. I think maybe that's part of the disclosure, is they really just want to release free energy before the world goes up in flames, and this is kind of how they're gonna do it with the alien story, and they're gonna, you know, say the aliens have the free energy, you can give it to us, but you know, you got to do this, and this, or something. I think the aliens are probably scared of our guns.
Probably. From what I saw in a movie once, you could throw water on an alien and they die.
That was the dumbest premise of a movie. And the environment saturated with water.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to bring that up.
I think I read that somewhere. Maybe there was one magazine I used to read, is called the Sedona Journal of Emergence, and they had a lot of like channeled stories. And now I don't know, probably BS, but that one of the things was like the aliens aren't going to come until we don't have guns anymore, which that could be like a government setup too, a government excuse, you know. But I guess it would make sense. The aliens don't want us to be firing at them.
Well, also, like, I guess, like, I got another funny alien story now. But I had Preston Dennett on one time. I know you guys know Preston Dennett. He collects a lot of and researches a lot of different experiencer stories. And he tells a story of, like, a lady just, like, kicking a gray in her room because it startled her and the damn thing goes flying into the wall. So a gun... Sorry, it's funny to me. But a gun could probably take out an alien if you can kick it across a room.
Yeah. Or if they're interdimensional, you know, maybe they could evade it. I don't know.
Eric, who's the underground guy that killed a bunch of aliens with his piece?
Oh yeah.
Schneider. Right? Wasn't it Phil Schneider?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
All those Marines were dying, but he ran in there with his little pistol, and yep.
He died under mysterious circumstances too, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he was choked to death by like a colostomy tube.
Yeah.
You did a video on that one, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they? But they found him. I don't know, like. Yeah, he was choked to death. But then they ruled it like a suicide or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then people are questioning like how he could have done that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man,
Samurai story one. Do you guys know that one? The samurai sword one?
No.
So in Arizona, there was a ranch called Stardust Ranch, and there's this dude and his wife who lived there, right? And he said, like, one night, you know, the aliens would keep coming, and one night he saw them like levitating his wife and like carrying her out of their bedroom. So he grabbed his samurai sword and chopped at the aliens, and he was able to get alien blood on his sword, which he said he sent to a lab, which he said they found the DNA was plant-like.
Oh,
Weird.
True or not,
Hmm,
who knows?
that's interesting.
But that is a strange tale, actually.
Don't they say that we have more DNA in common with like mushrooms than we do with certain other mammals? Like DNA is kind of weird like that, anyways.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm going to get a samurai sword and keep it by my bed.
Just in case. Just in case. You never know.
I'll keep my water gun next to me.
Water gun, samurai sword, and aliens, be aware.
Who survives this episode of Strange Tales?
True. That's good stuff.
All right. Well, want to wrap it up?
I guess we'll wrap it up. If any of you guys have art to send in to Strange Tales Weekly here.
Yeah.
We'll post it. We'll show it on the show. What else? Yeah. Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for your support.
Yep. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Sylvain, Chuck,
Nice
Ryan.
Rangers popping in.
All right.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I just waved, but you can see me.
Peace, y'all.
See ya.